Hello, welcome back to Budget with Chloe. The setup is different today. The Christmas tree is up. It's December. Let's budget my first paycheck in December. I have surprisingly $2,104.55 ready to assign. It is suspiciously high, but I think it's just the first time I've worked a lot of evening and weekend shifts in a while, and I've maxed out my CPP and EI contributions for the year. I think that combination of things has led to this paycheck. I will check on it. I haven't had a chance to view my pay stub yet, but for now we're going to budget as if this is real. It's not like so high that it couldn't be real, but it's just higher than I was expecting. So luckily I get to play with a little bit more money with my big car maintenance expense that I need to cover still. So let's get started. I am going to put half of my portion of the mortgage aside from this paycheck and then half from the next one. So that will be $567.49. If you're new here, this is YNAB first of all, and my brother pays me $500 to live with me, and that goes towards the rest of the mortgage payment here, which is why I only put my portion aside for my paychecks. Also, someone used my referral link to sign up for YNAB, and thank you so much, because we both get an extra free month from that, and I am just so touched that someone watched my videos and decided to try YNAB because of that. So thank you again, and if you have any questions about the program, definitely let me know. Moving on, I'm going to assign my internet and TV bill. I'm just going to scroll down and click underfunded for this one, and that will fund that bill for me. Then I'm going to do both of my Peloton transactions for the month, and that takes care of all I need to take care of before my next paycheck. I did do, I think these things actually I could have covered with my next check, but I'd like to just cover as much as I can with this one and not leave myself so much in the second half of the month there. So we'll move on to variable expenses. I'll start with gas. I'm going to put $60 aside. This is still going well. I think at the end of last month, I did take what was left over just because I knew I didn't need gas anytime soon. I think I still have half a tank even today. So that is good, and I used that to cover some stuff at the end of last month. Groceries, I am going to put $180, and I did spend a little bit, as you can see. I just picked up a couple of things there, but this should do me for the next 2 weeks. And then utilities, I do have a target for adding $210, but I'm going to put $170 because my bills have not been climbing too fast yet, and I think this is going to be good for this month. I am going to put the $20 towards both toiletries and household goods for the month. Turning these ones green, which we love. Dining out, I have already started with, as you can see. I'm going to cover this as part of my dining out, and then I'm just going to do 50 minus 596 for what I just covered with the coffee there. So I have $37.75 left for this pay period, and I'm going out for dinner with my partner on Friday before we go to a movie, so that will be good for that. Then entertainment, I'm going to do 25. I do know that my work is we do a little Christmas activity that I'm going to need to purchase things for. So if I do end up using this entertainment money for that, I'll just move it down to work activities here, and that is fine. And I'm just looking at my little spreadsheet down here. So moving on to my sinking funds for my annual subscriptions, I am just going to click all of these, and then my passport renewal is down here. That one's not annual. And I'm going to click underfunded. And watch all of those turn green. And that takes care of that. And I have that much left. 79 cents. That's weird. Why is there 79 cents? Where did the cents come from? Okay, well, we'll keep going and we'll see what happens there. Did I change the passport renewal to 575? Yes, I did. Okay, well, the emergency fund, I was going to add $15 just to get that up to $850. We'll still hit, I think I'll hit 1,000. My first paycheck of next year is January 1st, but I have heard that we're going to be getting it on the 31st because the 1st is obviously a holiday. So technically I could have my emergency fund funded with $1,000 by the end of the year, but not technically. It'll be January 1st. So a little bit slower than I was hoping before I got this car bill, but such is life. And speaking of that, I'm going to put $499 aside for car maintenance. I think I still owe about $940. If I didn't explain in the last video, my dad works with cars, so he takes the car, gets it done, gives me the bill, but he put it on their credit card, so I just have to pay them back. And my parents have told me not to worry about it. If I was rushing, obviously I would pull it from the emergency fund, but I sent them my first little installment at the end of last month there. I'll send them this $499 today, and then I will owe $440 with my next paycheck. So, manageable, doable. I'll have to start setting aside more for car maintenance in the future, but that's obviously not something that happens all the time, so good to plan for the future. Then I'm going to put $220 aside for Christmas gifts, almost completely taking care of that, and I think I'm going to put $50 from my next check into this just to cover any little extras, wrapping paper, anything like that. And I have 79 cents, and I'm a little bit confused because my my little spreadsheet says it should be completely spent. Oh, JK, I was looking at the budget part and not the actual part. Silly me. I guess I'll put that in rollover. I don't really like to have uneven numbers. Or maybe, okay, so I forgot to mention this. Taylor Swift finally released the full Tortured Poets album, the double album, on physical media. So it came to Canada. My local store got it yesterday, so I ran over and bought a vinyl and CD. I pre-spent my Christmas money is what I did with this. I know I get Christmas money from some extended family, so I've kind of pre-spent that. My credit card won't be due until next month, so I'm not, going into debt or anything. I'm just going to leave this here. It's a YNAB no-no, but I'm okay with it. I might, however, put that 79 cents towards it just to bring it down a little bit rather than it hanging out in that rollover category. But yeah, that is that. I'm okay with that. I did have to buy a filter for my fridge, so pretty much wiped out my little tiny home maintenance category. So these things, mostly just this, and I don't know if my phone exploded or something. I'll just have to be relying on my emergency fund for now. I'd rather have that than nothing at all, I guess. But I'm hoping to get back into funding these as I look at the new year and how I want my paychecks to be budgeted on like a big picture level. I feel like every month something always comes up, and that's why it's like never a steady, this first check of the month I put money here, and the second check I put money here. I feel like it's kind of, okay, I need to put blah, 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 blah. So I'm working on a video. I'm going to do a 2024 financial wrapped, if you will, and kind of look at the debt that I paid off, my net worth. I don't think I've really talked about my net worth, so that'll be fun. My goals for 2025, and yeah, kind of put that into one video, and I will hopefully have that maybe in the later half of the month, maybe after my second paycheck. Yeah, after my last paycheck of the year, just so that I can have all of my true numbers and stuff like that. But I think that'll be fun. I've almost been doing these videos for a year. I started at the end of January, and I think I touched in my last video on how far I've kind of come with all of this. And I mean, today I had like 3 overspent categories when I started, but I just think I can tell kind of how much better I'm doing in terms of, like the groceries and gas is probably the biggest thing for me. Is I used to not have any money to start the month with, so I was waiting until my first check, which could be 2 weeks into the month, to fund groceries. Whereas now I'm putting, the amount of money every time I get paid, and that lasts me until I next get paid. And it's not even changing my habits so much. Like, I think I'm still spending the same, if not more, on groceries, but it's just when I'm allocating the money and being honest about, not even honest, just, I can't really budget on a month to month basis. I have to look at it as, 2 weeks by 2 weeks, because that's when I get paid. So it's been working pretty well. Still trying to curb spending a little bit in my quality of life categories, but I have been looking at a spreadsheet for next year and how I want to kind of standardize assigning money to those categories, and hopefully that will curb my spending. If I give myself some money to spend, then I'm not overspending. Whereas if I don't have money to dine out, then anything I spend on dining out is overspending. So just being able to assign money and give myself that opportunity to spend. I do get a pay raise, kind of just like it's in my union agreement, a standard like increase on January 1st. So my paychecks will go up a little bit, which every little bit helps. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the new year. I'm happy about how this year's gone, and I've really enjoyed getting to watch some other YNAB creators here on YouTube, and I'm so thankful for everyone who is watching me here. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy to see, the number of subscribers or people, the viewers or comments, and know that people are watching me do my budgeting, and it's kind of become something more than just me sitting down and doing my budgeting. It's kind of like a community thing, which is really nice. So I hope everyone is having a good start to December, and thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.